But friends, the bottom line is this. Just give me a good bowl of popcorn. God willing, everything else will take care of itself. Hi, Old Fuzzface here. The pursuit of good popcorn, for me, isn't just a hobby. I'm a practical man. And this search of good popcorn has been a serious and lifelong endeavor. This epic test of mine has taken me to a myriad of exotic places in the Northern Hemisphere. I've eaten popcorn in Taiwan and on mainland China. Popcorn was waiting for me in Vietnam and South Korea. In fact, I ate popcorn in a Japanese theater in Yokohama when Star Wars was first released in 1978. And that's just East Asia. I can't count all the places I've had it in Europe and Canada. Perhaps the most unusual place was hundreds of feet beneath the surface of the ocean. I was on a submarine. Actually, I was on several. And perhaps the most memorable popcorn experience on a submarine I ever had was at movie time on the USS Razorback in 1968. I love popcorn, and I'm going to show you some of the reasons why.
Really? Do you think old Fuzzface is just a sweet, lovable old guy that loves a good bowl of popcorn? Just like Darth Vader in the movie Star Wars he watched in 1978, Fuzzy has a dark side, a very dark side. He doesn't have a love of popcorn, he has an obsession. He is driven by an obsessive, overpowering selfishness. Ask any of his children or wonderful grandchildren. For example, when his son tried to take just a little popcorn from his bowl, in front of his entire family, Darth Fuzzy said, "I am your father. You are attempting to steal what isn't yours. You are a living backhoe, scooping away my precious popcorn." Yikes! I think he's coming into the room now. I better get out of here.
Money, what are you doing with that camera? Get out of here right now. I'm sorry about that interruption. I should have known better than to leave him alone in here with the camera. Now, what was I saying? Oh, that's right. In my 70 years of enjoying good popcorn, I've learned that there are several factors involved in making this satisfying treat. Of course, the type of popcorn used is at the top of the list, but that's not for this discussion. We'll do that some other time. In today's discussion, I want to explore the various methods of popping and equipment I've used. It all started back in 1959 or 1960 when my parents, they were both avid popcorn lovers, they turned over that role of official popper to yours truly. I was given the privilege of cooking popcorn in a vintage Presto pressure cooker with the pressure cap removed, of course. At that time, we used oleomargarine as the cooking oil. By today's standards, this wasn't the best choice of equipment or oils. Over the course of many decades, I've used any old pot available, microwave popcorn in bags, electric air poppers, electric stirring poppers, the Whirly Pop aluminum popper, and the Whirly Pop stainless steel popper. And I'll tell you, that's my favorite. Oh, there was one other. When I was in the Boy Scouts, we often made Jiffy Pop popcorn over a campfire. Quite often, we got to eat as many charcoal-flavored kernels of popcorn as we did the good tasty ones. But that's okay. We loved it anyway. That's the fun of camping. we're going to demonstrate 3 different ways of popping popcorn. There are many others. The first one will be the Ecolution Micropop Microwave Popcorn Popper. It will work in the microwave and it will use no oil, and the container is glass so that there will be no plastic contaminants. The next one is actually its own self-contained vessel. That's the Act 2 microwave popcorn, and that contains everything that's needed. Just put it in the microwave and then you have popcorn. And then finally we have the Whirly Pop stainless steel popcorn maker, which is made entirely of stainless steel. There's no leaching or contamination from this product. Here are some of the ingredients that will help us in our little demonstration today. We'll be using Act 2 popcorn. It's the extreme butter. We'll be using popcorn from Rural King. The popcorn there is inexpensive. It's not certified non-GMO, but my research shows that it is non-GMO. It is not organic. And then we'll be using 2 different types of Amish country popcorn. Both are certified to be non-GMO, but they're not certified as organic. Finally, we have the avocado oil, which will be used when we're cooking on the stovetop with the Whirly Pop cooker. Remember, no matter which method you use for popping, high heat is always involved. Always pay attention to safety and handling. Here, we fill the lid to the fill line with Rural King generic popcorn. Pour the kernels into the popper. Place the lid on top of the popper. Now, we place the pop into the microwave for 3 minutes. Then we remove the popper from the microwave when it sounds like it has almost completed popping. Here we place the bag of Act 2 popcorn into the microwave for 3 minutes, or you can use the popcorn setting. Then we remove the bag carefully from the microwave when it sounds like it has almost completed popping. Here we add 1/2 cup of Rural King generic popcorn to the popper. Next, we add 2 tablespoons of avocado oil to the popper. Then we stir to spread the oil evenly with the popcorn and the popper. We place the Whirly Pop popper on the stove and turn the heat to medium. When the kernels start to pop, stir slowly to promote even heating and popping. When it sounds like most of the kernels have popped, carefully pour the popcorn into a bowl. And here's the finished product. The purple popcorn, I thought there was going to be more of it. There wasn't, and I kept it in there too long, so it burned some. The regular popcorn popped up full size and filled up the container. I kept it in just about the right amount of time. The Act 2 popcorn did what it usually does and smells the way it usually smells, and I don't really intend on eating any of it. And with the Whirly Pop, I've got a bowl full of popcorn, and I'm looking forward to eating it tonight because it's movie night. Now, as I told you, I'm a practical man. I'm not going to tell you which popping method is the best. You know what you like far better than I do. But since you love popcorn, and since you're practical like me, you're always on the lookout for something better. So, here are some simple points to keep in mind. Popcorn is shelf stable, and you can store it for a long time. In fact, I vacuum seal mine, and that helps it to last even longer. If and when the lights go out. If you have a wood stove or a camp stove, popcorn made with a popper like the Whirly Pop will be there to cheer things up. Flavorings? Well, go ahead, use whatever you like. However, some of the scientists are telling us that some cooking oils and some chemicals used in making popcorn poppers isn't as safe as we used to think. So do your research. But friends, the bottom line is this. Just give me a good bowl of popcorn. God willing, everything else will take care of itself. Until the next time, keep it simple, keep it practical, and happy popping.